Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome to
Socially Unsocial.
You're Patty.
And you're Danielle.
We're ready to rock out episode 5 of season 3.
Oh my gosh. Today is October 20th. We are making it through this year, slowly but surely.
October has gone in a blink of an eye.
I like this month. This was an okay month to just kind of crawl by. There's a lot going on. Whew.
Yeah, no, I definitely can slow down a little bit. I definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm. And the weather has been amazing. Finally, I get to wear my sweaters and my cozy outfits. Oh, I love it.
At least till the end of the year.
What makes me so nervous is global warming because it's just so warm. It makes me nervous. Are we going to get snow 10 years from now? Everything just gets hotter, warmer.
Yeah. Is it global warming or
What do
are
you
there
think
other
it is?
things?
Oh, now they're changing the weather on us all of a sudden? Listen, if they can reverse all the damage we've done, or is that not a thing anymore? Or conspiracy theory have you been hearing?
It depends on what side of the spectrum you are. Do you believe everything's happening because of global warming and we can stop global warming? Or do you think that there's just other things that are happening that are just happening? I don't know.
I don't know, but I love it because sometimes my mom will be like, do you notice there's no mosquitoes? Aren't there always mosquitoes? And she'll try to plant things. So then I start asking questions and then I have to look it up. And then I hear about how they're forcing air traffic and clouds are coming and rain's happening. And I'm just like, oh God.
Well, the few things that have been, they said, have you noticed since the government's been shut down that there's been no, what do they call that in the sky?
The cloud seeding.
Yeah, the gases in the sky, and there's another word for it.
The white lines in the sky. Yeah.
And then this is the first September in years that there hasn't been a hurricane in Florida.
I was in a mini hurricane in Florida when I was in college, and dear Lord, if that's something that is controlled or made worse, that's terrifying. So I'm just going to stay in my little bubble and live my life and not think about it. If the weather's nice, I'll take it. If there's no hurricanes, God bless, I'll take it.
I feel like it gets a little political when you start talking about global warming and conspiracy theories on global warming.
What can I talk about without being political? I'm so busy with my kids and learning the new Taylor Swift dances. I'm too busy to learn about all this stuff.
I'm glad you're using your time wisely.
Hey, I think I am. I'm happy.
So how many dances are out already for her new album?
Oh, well, there's a trending one. She dropped her music video, and it's Fate of Ophelia, and it is such a cute dance. And then I'll go right into my high of the weekend. My high of the weekend was, oh, shoot, I have two.
The hat you're wearing?
Brie got me a hat, and it's the Showgirl, the Life of a Showgirl colors, and it says Showgirl really big, and it's not obnoxiously orange nor that teal color. It's just, like, perfect. And I love it so much, so I'm wearing it.
So quick question with the hat. When you wear it out in public.
This is the first time it's on my head.
Just when you wear it out in public and you see an old guy that has no idea about Taylor Swift and her album, what do you think he's going to think when he looks at you?
Because it says Showgirl
Let's
really
see
big.
how much attention you get from dirty old men when you wear that out now.
To be honest, I don't think I'm out in public ever around dirty old men. I don't live in the city. I'm not walking on the sidewalks. I'm at my children's games.
You're going to wear that to your children's game?
If they were on the Dolphins for flag football, heck yeah. Dolphins colors.
Okay.
Good point, because when I put this on and I saw your face, I had to remind you that Taylor's album is Life of a Showgirl.
No, I know. It's all anyone's talking about. It's everywhere.
But I was reminded about that. What is her name in real life? Not Jessie Spanos. The girl from Saved by the Bell.
I can't. Berkeley.
Elizabeth Berkley.
Elizabeth Berkley.
Did she die?
No, she didn't die.
Oh, okay.
She was just in something not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah. She's not a good actress.
I mean, that one moment where she took the caffeine pills. I'm so
in
excited.
Saved by the Bell, that was good acting.
Yes.
Because even though we look back at it now, it was crappy acting. But
for that time, yes, for that level of talent and TV, they were great. I mean, they sold their characters. Like AC Slater.
Such a douche.
Zach Morris.
Such a douche.
Oh, my gosh.
Rest in peace, Screech.
Oh, he passed?
Yeah. Cancer?
I think it was cancer. Should we know this? Okay, don't come to us for pop culture news, okay?
There's people listening to us now really aggravated with us.
Screaming. Oh, man. Okay, so my highs. You guys, it's been an incredible week. It has been an incredible season of life. I am on a high. My 9-year-old Michael, two-parter. He went to the Super Bowl for the third time in a row. He's only been doing flag for 3 years. And he went to the Super Bowl and he told me, Mom, third time's the charm. I feel it. This is my year. I'm going to win. He manifested it and they won. They won Super Bowl. And I know that Michael is the kind of kid that he'll look at me after games and be like, I had a lot of fun. So-and-so was really nice. Or the coach said this and it really made my day. He's not the type that gets completely brought down when they lose. And I love that for him, and I hope it stays, because what a quality to have.
That's a good quality. Very good quality.
Yeah, so he's just the sweetest little kid, and he won. And I'm so proud of him and his team and his coaches. And one of the coolest things, so the coaches, obviously in football, like, it's a big, like, guys love football. I don't understand the plays. I don't understand any of it. It seems very high stress for me. At one point, I couldn't feel the back of my legs during this game, and I was like, I am not cut out for this. No wonder why I don't like sports, because it's too much.
Well, hopefully your kids don't make pro, because you won't survive.
I won't survive. I would have to take calming CBD gummies and just sit there. Someone sedate me if they are in high stress situations. Oh my gosh. I think of Mike, and he's a police officer. Like, how do parents of police officers or like military, like, how do they manage it all?
You just
so
can't
much.
think about it all the time. No, you just have to let it go and not think about it. If you're thinking about it all day, you're just thinking about the worst case scenario and what ifs. Why worry about the what ifs?
100%. And I don't know how I spun this into watching my 9-year-old play flag football Super Bowl and talking about the ultimate sacrifice that, like, people literally go and fight for our country. But anyways, it was a really great game. It was so exciting. And then, so his coaches, these guys that have to figure out all the plays and lead the team and get the kids to pay attention even, like, could you imagine? That's a lot of work. They said that during halftime or one of the timeouts, the coach went and asked one of the kids, tell me your best joke. And then he told this silly joke, and then he goes out there and tells all the kids, and then the kids in this high stress situation are now telling jokes. And I think that is my most favorite thing of this entire season. In the middle of the Super Bowl, they're down by 2 points, and the coach is asking these 9 and 10-year-olds, what's your favorite joke? That, to me, is why I sign my kids up for sports and why the coach is so important to me. The way that they act is going to rub off on the kids. We have to be so mindful of the way that we act around people, because everyone's watching, everybody's learning from you. Even other adults are looking to you, being like, okay, that's how we are going to act in this situation. This is what's appropriate or not appropriate. That's another reason why with Taylor's album, I'm kind of upset that she gets so raunchy in her album with the lyrics, because it's like, you do you, girl, but also, like, we're all watching you. And you know that your fan base is really young and that they cannot say these lyrics with their families.
But they do. And they will.
I hate it.
And it's...
You know, I guess it's like the thong song. When we were younger, I would, like, dance around to freaking Cisco. That thong, the thong, thong, thong. What? Come on, ride it. And ride it, choo, choo. Like, all those songs. This is horrible. What are we doing to, like, the world with these horrible lyrics? It's horrible.
And they're trying to poison us with the music and control us with the music.
Here we go. Buckle up. Danielle's in a mood this week. Everything I say is leading her back. She's like, perfect. I set Patty up perfectly. Half of our listeners, maybe more than half, are right on board with you.
I know. Thank you. Thank you, Bailey.
I love it. Okay, so that was my one high. My other high was that we did another cycling class outdoors.
Love the enunciation.
Thank you. I'm trying. Trying not to be a psycho. Sweet, but psycho. So I had an absolute blast doing that. We had an amazing turnout. There's a lot of people that I've never met that came, and it was at Lindy's Landing in Wakanda, one of my favorite places. The staff is so nice. The owner is an absolute gem of a human. And I think it's rare that you find small businesses, local places, restaurants, whatever, customer service that is up to my standards. And when I find people that go above and beyond, it just reminds me of Disney, and it makes me very happy, and I love to see it like local. So if you guys ever want to hit up Lindy's Landing in Wakanda, call me and I'll go with you.
So if you can't afford Disney, Lindy's the second best option.
I mean, it's got the sand, it's got the views, really good food, and the service.
You should suggest that they do a Disney weekend and have the staff dress up as Disney characters, and then you have lunch with the characters.
I love that. And another thing, I feel like they would love that. So
I'll take 10% of the profit since it was my idea.
You at least get one ginormous fishbowl from Lindy's all to yourself.
They're sober October.
I don't know if you could handle that.
I'll probably be hungover for days because that's all sugar.
How is sober October going? You've been busy.
It's good, yeah. I don't really miss it. And when I wake up in the morning and I was like, oh, that's great. I don't feel like shit. Like we had, going into my high, we had on Saturday, my friend throws breakfast in the garage. And her parents started this a long time ago with their friends. And it would be a Sunday in October, football. People would come, everyone brings a dish, and everyone just kind of eats and hangs out and has some drinks outside. Angela decided to move it to Saturdays for people who do drink. If you do it on a Sunday, it makes for a really awful Monday. I had gone out to dinner with some girlfriends the night before. I would have probably had a couple glasses of wine or vodkas, but I had to get up at 6 in the morning on Saturday to make sure I prepped all my food and then got out there on time. So all I kept saying to myself, it's like, oh my God, it was great. You wake up, you don't have a headache, you're not nauseous, you're not hungover. It's just so many things that you think about when you're actually doing it. And during that whole Saturday, people are drinking. And I didn't miss it. Like, it wasn't like, I would have loved to have a mimosa, in the mornings when you have an opportunity to have a mimosa. It's kind of fun. But then sometimes you're drinking another mimosa, and champagne hangovers are the worst.
Absolutely.
But it's more about just tradition, and the older you get, I feel like tradition really helps you look forward to things and just appreciate things, especially when people become busy, which is hard with friends, trying to figure out a weekend that works for everyone. And the odds of it working for everyone is usually slim to none. You're missing 2 people. So if everyone knows there's a time in July, a time in October, a time in December, there's a time when people are constantly putting this thing on to bring everyone together, it's just nice. It's just kind of a piece of home. It's a piece of solitude, just because it just feels like you're at peace, and then maybe appreciative because you look around, maybe a lot of people don't have what you have, the family, the friend structure, trying to be there and build experiences and memories.
That's really sweet. It's like a feel-good moment. It's like a coming home, and it makes you, that's really awesome. I'm glad that you got that day. I obviously skipped out on it, but every time that I'm able to go to that, I'm always like, it is that you look around and you're like, this is really cool to see just people come together, have fun, and it was a beautiful day, so that always helps.
Oh, perfect.
I remember one year it was like rainy, but yeah, it's really nice, and I love that they do that, and it's probably a lot of work. I know that you spent time ahead of time. What did you make, by the way?
I made McGriddle muffins.
Love that for you.
Like a taffy apple Heath dip. Actually, I thought of you. Did I send it to you? I thought I sent it to you because of the conversation. I would have been so jealous. Yeah, Andrew was like so worried, as always. We're not going to have enough food. I'm like, we're going to have enough food. We're going to have more than enough food. We're going to have so many leftovers. People aren't going to take leftovers. We're going to end up throwing a bunch of shit away.
Oh my gosh, that group, everyone is such good cooks. Like every time for like the luau, I'm just so excited about everyone's appetizers. I'm not the best cook. I'm not creative. I never try anything new. I'm like, what can I pick up on my way from the drive-thru or like Jewel, I don't even repurpose it to pretend I made it. It's okay. Like everyone knows.
Know your strengths, know your weaknesses. That's all we can do.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that you got to do that, and good for you for holding strong through October. I feel like I might have been like, oh, it's okay. One day I'm going to have like I wouldn't do a mimosa. I would probably prefer a Bloody Mary.
Oh, yeah. And then Mr. Switek makes his own like homemade concoction too. But Bloody Marys give me heartburn. But it was funny because the night before when I was driving home, I had called Jay and I was like, I'm on my way home. And I'm like, I didn't drink. He's like, well, of course, you're doing Sober October. And I was like, yes, this is just me holding myself accountable. The girls I went to dinner with, only knew I was doing Sober October because I told them if I would have had a drink, they wouldn't have known. What are they going to do? Ooh and ah at me, like, and shun me? No, it was me. I was holding myself accountable. I could have easily had a glass of wine and been okay with it, but then I wouldn't have felt good about myself. Some people will. You want to lie to yourself? Fine. But all you have is your word.
Ooh, I love that. It is really hard. Yeah, so you wanted to be like, instead of Jay being like, yeah, obviously you're doing Sober October, you wanted him to be like, yeah, good job. I mean, that is a good job because I don't want to do Sober October. If I wake up, I don't care what month it is. If I want to drink, if I want to be sober, just leave me at it. Let me have my fun. I am the worst at saying I'll do something and following through.
Actions speak louder than words.
I mean, it's more like, oh, I just want to have fun. So if I change my mind, I think that's what it is.
No, I totally get that. Mine is more when I come from a family and it's in our bloodline of addiction and alcoholism.
But here's the thing that's so wild is I also feel like I have a very addictive personality because of the same exact reason. But it's like, so you're going to go one way and you say, if I'm doing this and I'm holding myself accountable, even if nobody's watching. And then there's me like, well, I'm not going to commit to that because I just I'm going to fly by the seat of my pants. And it's like these two very different outcomes. Good for you.
Yeah. Just knowing you can do it. It's just a sense that I know that I don't need alcohol. I don't need alcohol to have a good time. I can be put in the middle of a bunch of different people and strangers and know I can still hold a conversation. Sometimes they're painful. It's like, oh, I really would have loved a little vodka buzz right now.
Just to get through that combo.
Yeah. But a little extra pat on the back.
Good for you. I mean, yes, you deserve a cookie. You deserve a gold medal. Is anybody out there listening also doing Sober October? Or maybe just sober for life? Good for you. Whatever you got going on, be proud of yourself. And especially if nobody else is giving you the kudos that you want, just give it to yourself. Congratulate yourself. Round of applause. Life is hard.
How do you expect people to love you if you don't love yourself? If you can't be proud of yourself and you're always expecting other people to be proud of you when you're not proud of yourself, that kind of negates the whole point, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. When people are bad at taking compliments. I think it was on TV where they were like, you're so bad at taking compliments. Maybe it was on a Grey's Anatomy episode. I just remember thinking to myself, wow, it's so easy for somebody to compliment you and you just say, thanks, as opposed to trying to explain why they're not right in what they're saying.
I think compliments make people feel uncomfortable sometimes. Maybe if it's someone complimenting you on something that they're not good at, it makes you feel weird. I'm not good at getting compliments. Yeah, it's like opening a gift in front of somebody. It's awkward.
I love watching people open gifts. It lets me know what I want for my birthday.
But to me, it's so uncomfortable.
Really? I think singing happy birthday is uncomfortable. I'm just like, can we move this along? Oh my gosh. Speaking of, Brie, her family has 5 different versions of happy birthday, and then how old are you now, and then this other thing that they do, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it goes on so long. I'm like, this family, you don't get to be uncomfortable singing happy birthday because it is a 10-minute ordeal, and they're Italian, so there's a lot of them. And I'm just like, ooh, here we go. And then the next one, and then the next one. I looked at Bree's boyfriend. I'm like, have you memorized this entire rendition yet? But it is it's something about celebrating yourself, and just kind of allowing others to celebrate you as well. It's hard to do.
Right. Yeah, it's finding the happy medium. Mm-hmm. You want confidence without being cocky. Mm-hmm. You want to be proud of yourself without being arrogant.
100%. You know what is funny? The other day I was channeling you. And I never actually told you why I had to channel you. Did I tell you why?
Was that the one you tagged me in the Instagram post?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I was like, I don't doubt that you want to punch people multiple times a day.
Seriously, maybe because I'm a woman, maybe because I smile a lot. I don't know what it is, but I think that people just think that they can push other people around. And I've found that a lot when I'm with Mike. I get very different treatment. Or if I had my dad around. Completely different treatment than if I'm somewhere by myself. My mom would mention it if I have to return something at a store or just anything, just watch how you're treated, and then it helps you to realize that people are there's just horrible people out there. It makes me want to treat everybody the same at all times, whether they are the fanciest person in the restaurant or the busboy. Treat them the same because why wouldn't you? We're all human. We're all doing our best. Who are we trying to impress? And honestly, like, I just want to feel good about myself at the end of the day, that I helped anybody that came in my path. What's that quote? I think it's about Mother Teresa. It's like, just leave people feeling better than when you found them. Maybe it's Maya Angelou. I don't know, but I love that quote, and I love that sentiment of, like, why wouldn't you want to leave people? Like, what? Are you trying to make them, you know, like, look up to you and, like, feel less about themselves?
Most of the time it's about them. They feel like shit, so they want everyone else to feel it. Misery loves company.
I hate that about this world. It makes me so sad and miserable. Long story short, I have just been pushed around left and right. And I know these people don't even know that I have a podcast, let alone will they listen. I had the worst experience with trying to get this whole thing at my studio, basically moving my studio outside over to Wakanda. And so it's just like, when you're in the middle and you have the opportunity to kind of see the worst sides of people, and then you're forced to be like, okay, well, I'm a grown up, so I'm going to stay calm and I'm going to find the solution in the middle of this whole problem. And it takes a lot out of you. And I did really, really want to punch people. I wanted to, like, run people over with my big, awesome equipment. My sister, Rena, was like, you stayed so calm. Like, I was so impressed. And I was like, oh, yeah, did I? Because I'm still actually seeing red. And I'm still actually plotting out my voodoo dolls with their face on it. And then it just continued and got even worse the next day. So why do people go out of their way to be jerks and to be rude and to make my life harder? A 20-minute ordeal of moving my studio ended up being 2.5 hours. Thank God I have good friends. Thank God I had my sister and my friends who were there. I missed my son's tournament because of the route that they made me take to get my bikes out. It was truly, like, I can't even believe that it happened. It seemed like a scene out of a movie. It was so ridiculous. And then going back the next day, I wasn't allowed into the building. I wasn't allowed into the space. I had to call the police because they were like, you have to go through this one way. And I said, okay, well, that's going to take us 3 times as long. And they did not care. And I said, well, let me talk to the management. Nope, they can't take your calls. So I'm like, I need to get these bikes out, so I'll just do their route, right? So then we do their route. 2.5 hours later, in my throat, it was like killing. They had us going through literally a construction zone because half the building is like on construction. So I'm like, this is not safe. It can't be safe. It's taking me 3 times as long. I see a problem that there's so much construction, so I can't go out the easy way. You're going to make me go this long way, but it's still through construction. And it's not good for me or my team to be breathing that in. It was so obnoxious. I asked for a safer, cleaner way when we had to come back. They didn't give it to me, so I just went through a side door. They just stood there and were like, you can't come in this way. I have orders. I was like, let me talk to the people that are giving you these orders because I need to put these bikes back. And they were like, nope, they're not taking your calls. It's the weekend. I said, okay, well, I'm going to call the police then, because I'm a paying tenant. The police came, they did the whole report, and then the second that I said I was calling the police, we got off the phone, then all of a sudden I was let into the building. And I was like, see how easy and nice that is when you just stop being a complete jerk?
It takes more effort to be an asshole.
But you know what? I think you're right. People that are miserable, they don't care. They actually enjoyed sitting there telling me and my team what we could or couldn't do.
Here I thought you were probably at the tail end. You guys have worked it out and they've stopped being assholes.
It's insane. I called Mike. I go, Mike, I know people call the police for really stupid things. Should I be calling them right now? And he's like, they're not letting you into the building. It's a public building, first off. Number 2, you pay rent there. And the guy was like, you're being really sneaky. And I was like, I asked for a solution yesterday. I asked to not be put in harm's way and not go through a construction zone. Like, what? So then it's like when people say the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. I so badly wish that I wasn't in this space and that I just had a storefront somewhere and I knew the owner. It was easy breezy. But then I'm like, all right, it could probably be a lot worse than what I'm going through. It's hard to see that when you're in the middle of it. It's hard to not kick yourself and be like, I put myself in this situation and now I have to deal with this negative energy and rude people. And some people are like, well, that's just how they are. They treat everyone like that. Okay.
That doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right.
Yeah, just because they're always an asshole doesn't mean that that's the right way.
And I hate that excuse for people. Like, oh, that's just how they are. Okay. Well, that's not how I am. And I don't keep people like that in my circle. So now what? Hopefully I will rub off on them before they rub off on me and affect my positive vibes. Just try to make other people's lives better. Don't go out of your way to make people's lives harder. It's just
It's
exhausting.
a conscious choice that you make when you get up or interact with someone. I've learned over the last handful of years, if you have to stop and take a beat and think, because it's easy to be an asshole. It's easy to say the first thing that comes to your mind. It's easy to make someone feel as shitty as you feel. But if you take a step back and realize it, just because I made you feel as shitty as I feel, doesn't make me feel, it's not going to eventually make me feel good.
No, it's like two shitty people don't make anything positive come about.
Right, exactly.
You know? It's a good reminder. It was a good lesson, a good life lesson for me, you know, how to stay calm amidst talking to brick walls at a certain point. And also just standing up for yourself and not being scared. You can be nice and kind and take no shit. I think that is the era I'm in right now. Trying to learn how to stand up for myself without feeling bad about being a quote unquote bitch. I can be assertive, and I have people to protect and a brand that I'm thinking of and members that I want to give a certain experience. So if people are trying to bully me or say that I'm doing things wrong or that I can't do this and this, it's like, just get out of my way, because I'm not in the era where I'm just going to lie down and say, oh, okay, you're too lazy or you're too dumb to figure out X, Y, and Z. I'll do it for you. I'm not going to slow down. I'm not going to be stopped. I have a vision. I have people counting on me.
But that's the thing. People usually and will continually do things that's worked for them. So if they're put in a position, they're like, okay, we made a mistake. We don't want her here, or this, that, or that. But in the past, if we did this, we were able to get our way. Mm-hmm. So we're going to continue, even if it's not the right way, but it worked for them. Most people are going to keep doing the thing that they're doing because it's worked. It's given them production. It's given them the outcome that they want.
Well, I don't like mean, nasty people. So I feel like I'm being tested. It's fine. I'm fine. It's going to be fine. Test away.
Ross Geller, I'm fine.
I know.
Everyone's fine. Tom Petty, I won't back down. That's your theme song?
Wait, literally. Yeah. On Saturday, I woke up and I was listening to that song. It was playing. I was like, 100%. Yes. That, and also Taylor Swift, Look What You Made Me Do. Because it's like, listen, I want to be nice. I want to be the one that just goes with the flow. I am the middle child. I am the epitome of go with the flow. You know, the older ones want to do this. The younger ones want to do this. Whatever. I'm there. Whatever. I'll show up, you know. I might cry about it in my journal later, but I'll show up. So that's how I am in this scenario. I'll go with the flow, but the flow can't, like, be, like, really rocky and wavy and, like, making people drown. Like, I'm not doing it.
If going with the flow is going to jeopardize your morals and your values and your character and the things that you stand for, you can't go with the flow.
Amen.
Yes.
100%.
Woo.
So I didn't punch anybody, but I did stand up for myself.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope that everyone out here is standing up for themselves. And again, just, you don't have to punch someone in the face. You don't have to say nasty things to someone. You don't have to try to ruin their life. You just have to stand up for yourself. Just say what you need to say, get your point across. Hopefully, maybe if it's not with you, that person kind of has that aha moment. Maybe it's the next person they try to sabotage or start an argument with.
Maybe they'll think twice next time.
Right, exactly.
They learned a lesson from me.
Beware of the big bad Patty.
So what a weekend it was.
So I take it you're not going to be doing, I mean, obviously the weather's turning, but you're probably not going to do another event anytime soon that you have to take the bikes out.
No, I will not. I will make sure I have it written in writing where I go, how I do this, and the whole thing. Because the tiniest little pivot of a change really impacted my day.
And you're learning too. I mean, obviously they're probably learning because they never had a cycle studio in their space. And you're learning because you've never owned your own business, you've always been the employee of the business. So if there was things going on, there was already a plan established and you followed the rules because so it's a big learning curve. And that's the biggest thing for anyone, whether you're a new landlord, a new business owner, a new parent, a new wife. There's things that you're going to be getting into that are uncharted waters that you need to figure out together and figure out how to make it a win-win for everyone. I think that's the biggest thing in life. Most people want to be the winner. They want a clear-cut winner and they want a clear-cut loser. Not a lot of people believe in making it a win-win for everybody. And I think if we can get back to that in my business, even if I'm working for you and you're the seller, if I'm working for you as the buyer, the best way to get a deal done and to make sure that it gets to the closing table is to make sure it's a win-win for both parties. Because if one person's winning and one person's losing, there's going to be bitterness, anger, and the odds are it might blow up in everyone's face. So what was the point of that? In life, in relationships, we're not going to always see eye to eye. We're not always going to agree on something. And it's okay if one day you are right and the next day I'm right. But going to bed at night just being like, oh, I won every argument and everyone else is an idiot. Does that really make anyone feel good when they go to bed at night? No.
And I also feel like if you think that you're winning all the time, you're probably either, number one, you yourself are probably a moron, or maybe you are always right. That just means that you're surrounded by morons. Either way, you're not growing. So if I go to bed every night and I'm like, oh, I just won the day, I just did everything right, you haven't put yourself in a situation to fail, or you haven't put yourself in a situation to learn, grow, evolve. So that doesn't sound very fun if you're constantly just feeling like you're the only one doing it all right. Because I'm the first one to say, like, there's times when I have messed up, and there's times when I have been the one to like, oops, I forgot to confirm that this was the date I was doing this. Totally. But it is hard, and then you do have to learn as you go. I know now with my business, I learned within the first weekend of opening that I have to cross every T and dot every I multiple times because nobody above cares the way I care that my event is going to go through seamlessly. So it's kind of like, you need to make sure, especially if you're like upper level, whether it's like you're the CEO of your household or the CEO of a company or you run your own business, you need to make sure that the plan is set and that the right people are delegated to do the right tasks. Because even like in my own home, like if Mike thinks that I'm supposed to do X, Y, and Z, but I think that he's supposed to be doing the Y and the Z and I'm doing the X and the A, like there's a disconnect, and then we're going to not be feeling like we've both won at the end of the day. But if you have a plan, and like you were saying earlier, you know your weaknesses and then pass those off, and know your strengths, then share those. Because if the people that are good at things were sharing their gifts and the people that were struggling were getting the help they needed and sharing whatever gifts they do have, that's what's going to make your community work or your household or your business or your job work, is when people are going out of their way to share and give and find success that way.
Yeah. I mean, really, when you think of it, it's really freaking simple, isn't it?
Like if you're a life coach like Danielle, it comes easy to you.
It's common sense.
Seriously? I wish you were just like a little bird on my shoulder. You would have loved every second of my weekend. I want to replay it all and just hear the dumb things that come out of people's mouths. Oh my gosh.
Please make me a bird so that I can just fly. I was hearing stories over the weekend too, and I was like, let me know, because I want to be there. I just want to see it. I want to hear it go down, because some of the things I just can't grasp. They're telling me, I'm like, no way did that happen. No way did they say that. Are you kidding me? The bizarreness of it all. Believe me, like I said, like last week, there are days that I'm delusional too, when we're just not thinking clearly, or we're having our own self-pity parade and we want to be right. We all have those moments. It's more angering when you constantly see people making the same mistakes over and over again, not understanding common sense, common courtesy. And we're all trying to survive. That's the thing. And we're all trying to do our best, and we think we're doing our best. Sometimes it takes loved ones around us to remind us in a nice way that you might think you're doing the right thing or that you are correct. But, and again, it goes back to, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I like reality TV shows so much, though,
Because
because
they're all about drama.
I get to watch and I see the chaos and the craziness. I'm just like, this can't be real. I mean, maybe it's not, but
Yeah, no. I mean, they've come out plenty of times and said reality TV is not reality, it's scripted.
You know what, though? If I was on a reality show right now about my business, I probably wouldn't be as composed as I am.
They would have made you punch them in the face.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. 'Cause
Yeah.
it makes for good TV. Or they would have made me like ram my bikes like through the door. It would have made for good TV. They would have made somebody on my team fall in love with the police officer that came because not only was he good looking, but everyone I was with was like, he looks just like your husband, Patty.
Oh, really?
And then I was like, oh my God, you guys are funny. I was like, yeah, he was so handsome.
They sent in Mike's doppelganger.
I know. And then even like an hour later, so Michael, my Super Bowl champ, he was with me all weekend from start to finish. He helped me with the bikes on top of a table during our classes at Lindy's with those two little bubble making guns, shooting bubbles. I am teaching a fitness class on the beach. My son's on a stage over in the corner. He is so much fun. He is the party starter, and I love that for him. He was with me the whole weekend, and he was a total champ. It was great. He came to me after, and he goes, Mom, that police officer kind of looked like Dad.
So he solidified everyone's thoughts.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just everyone going crazy.
No.
Yeah.
But no, it was great. And I think that that's like what's really important is sometimes people don't use the systems that are set in place for you to protect you or to make things a success. They have screw loose, so it doesn't work out. I was really happy that at the very end of the day, my situation, at least for now, we'll see how the rest of the week plays out, but at least for right now, justice was served and it all went as it should. And that, you know, like I had a right to something that I was
but
being
now you
denied.
probably really pissed them off.
I don't care.
I know, but I'm just saying they sound like
I
the
know.
people that's like, oh, now we'll show her. She got vindictive. We'll get vindictive. Not that you got vindictive. They probably will think that you got vindictive.
Go low, I go high. Isn't that what we say?
Should be. Isn't that like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
I think it was Michelle Obama, but sure. Hi ho, whistle while you work.
Not high low. Okay. That's what we do, high lows.
We do high lows.
Yeah.
Snow White is hi ho. But she also says whistle while you work. And I do believe in that too. Have a jolly old time when you are in the thick of it, in the muck and the mud. Just keep trekking. And it's awesome when you have a really good team by your side, a solid team, you know, that isn't going to stab you in the back or push you to be a worse version of yourself.
Right.
And I think that that's what I have in life. So
Yeah, you got to surround yourself with people that you love.
that pull you up, that bring you up, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Focus on the good.
Focus on the good. Well, I'm going to get to my low real quick. And then,
I love that for us.
Yeah, but then our low is going to lead into next week's episode.
Perfect.
Our story that we wanted to talk about, because each week we try to come up with something. But my low this week was I got into an argument with somebody that I love, and the argument went sideways real fast. It was not a proper way to argue at all. We both were heated and maybe said things that we shouldn't have said, and we didn't figure out how to fix the problem of the argument. So next week we thought, did anyone ever think that there's a proper way to argue? Well, there is. So we'll talk about that next week. Thanks for joining us, and we're going to keep being us so you can keep being you.
Bye.
Bye.